Hi guys, I'm Charlie the Charlie Book Fanatic and we're back in this setting today. So what we're doing today is a book discussion for Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. This is the first book discussion I will ever do. Beware, this is going to be full of spoilers because it is obviously a discussion of the book I have read. I read this book back in January, so that is almost a month ago, and I may forget some things, but be patient with me please. If you haven't read the book yet and don't want to be spoiled, you can leave now, you can click away, you can go now. I don't even know what I'm doing with my hands, it looks really weird, but I'm just really expressive with my hands today. Okay, so let's dive straight in. The first thing I'm going to say is about the friendship in this book. And I'm talking specifically about the friendship between Emily and Sloane, which was basically what the book was all about. So this book was about Emily and Sloane disappears and Emily is all alone, and Sloane leaves this list of things for Emily to do to basically get out of her own shell, and she does those things and it obviously happens, she gets out of her shell. And Morgan Matson's books are praised for their friendship aspects in them, but I don't know if this was supposed to be a healthy friendship, because I can tell you right now, it wasn't a healthy friendship. To me, it didn't feel like a healthy friendship, at least. What I mean by this is that Emily was way too dependent on Sloane. Like, Sloane was sometimes being a bitch to Emily, and Emily was content with that. She was disappointed, but she was like, okay, that's okay, but that's not okay. It's not okay to be treated like that. Emily was just content with being there with Sloane, and Sloane taking the lead and making friends and talking to people, and Emily didn't have to do anything because it was all Sloane, and she was content with just being with Sloane and Sloane doing everything basically. Sloane was living Emily's life. She was living her own life and she was living Emily's life as well. And I have been Emily once. I have been dependent on my best friend once for a long time, and now I'm not anymore, and I realized that wasn't a healthy thing for me at all. Like, it's not healthy to be living vicariously through someone else. And that is why this book was so good, because Emily really came out of her shell and became her own person and finally started to live a healthy life, because she started doing things for herself and making her own friends. But the friendship between Sloane and Emily wasn't healthy to me. It wasn't good. It wasn't the best aspect of this book for me at all. I think my favourite part of the book was obviously Emily's development, but also the romance between Frank and Emily. Like, how they started out as friends for a really long time in the book, which is really cute. In the beginning, I was like, Emily, don't be so awkward, please. Don't be such a bitch. Like, she wasn't really being a bitch, but she just was socially awkward, which is to be expected if you're living through someone else. But sometimes I got annoyed by it, like, where are your social skills, girl? But I loved how Frank kept pushing through and kept giving Emily chances, and how they just had this really lovely friendship that eventually became a romance. And their relationship was healthy, their friendship was healthy, and the relationship that blossomed from that was healthy as well. To me, it was a really accurate depiction of a friendship, and which I can commend Morgan Matson on. That was a healthy depiction of a friendship, and eventually it developing into a romance, and that was really realistic and healthy, and that was really well done. I rated this book 4 stars, and I think that was mostly because of Emily. Emily is such an amazing character. She's one of the best characters I've ever read about in a contemporary book, at least. She was this very shy, not necessarily shy, but just socially awkward girl, which I could recognize myself in a bit, and she just became her own person, and she became not really spontaneous but more outgoing, and she started making her own friends and laughing more and hanging out more and just going outside more. Like, she went outside with Sloane all the time, but was just hanging out with Sloane, and she didn't really have any other friends besides Sloane, and now she did. And I really love the development through the book. I think that was definitely my number one favorite aspect of the book. The book had very much an open ending for me. Like, Emily eventually went to find Sloane, and she found her somewhere far away, living with her aunt, I believe, because they couldn't stay in the house they lived in. But the ending didn't feel very satisfying to me because there were a couple of things that weren't resolved. Like, it was very open-ended to me. Like, we don't know what happens with Emily and Frank. We don't know what happens with Emily and Sloane now. Like, they were going to keep in contact, but how does that even work? And the other friend Emily had, which it was a girl, and she met her at the ice cream shop she worked at, and Frank's best friend as well. And I thought Emily's friend and Frank's best friend could be a really cute couple, but I don't believe that has been resolved in the book as well. I said something wrong. It wasn't that the ending wasn't satisfying, which I just said basically. It was satisfying, but I just wanted more from it. Like, I wanted more about Emily's parents' play, and just the friendship between Emily and Sloane, and Emily and Frank, and Emily and her other friend from the ice cream shop, and Emily and Frank's best friend, and Frank and his best friend, you know, everything. I wanted more from that. Because I really liked this book. It was quite a thick book. I really liked it, but I just wanted more. In this book there were playlists added, which I think was a really, really cute aspect of it, and I really liked them. But I don't think it was well executed at all. I think in this case, less is more. In some, you had, like, the playlists weren't evenly divided throughout the book at all. You had some chapters, like you had 2 chapters right behind each other, which had a playlist of 25 songs each. I mean, how am I going to listen to all of these songs before the next playlist comes around? Like, I want to listen to all of these songs before going on with the book. Or I'm reading and listening to the songs, and then I come to the next chapter and there's another playlist. Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to listen to all of these songs from the other playlist and wait until I've listened to all of them to go on with the book? Like, how does it even work? But overall, Since You've Been Gone was a really enjoyable read for me, and I definitely enjoyed it, which is why I gave it 4 stars. But there were some aspects that some things that just annoyed me in the book, which I just explained. So this is my book talk, I guess. Let me know down below, what did you think of this first book talk of mine? What is your opinion about this book? What do you think of the friendship between Emily and Sloane? What do you think of the ending of the book? Did you want more from it, or did you find it just enough? Or did you want even less? What did you think about the playlist? Did you think it was well executed? Could there have been less? Did you want more songs? Let me know all the things you thought about the book down below, and we can discuss further in the comments. So thank you for watching. Goodbye!